Hey guys, it's Jack here, and Happy New Year's from Team Kyoshi. We hope you all had a fun, safe holiday season this year, and before we gotta start dealing with the dreaded Monday blues, we just wanted to make this video as a quick heads up about the current status of Episode 3, and the future of Team Kyoshi's production going forward. So, as things stands, voice acting is finished for Episode 3, artwork for the new episode is about 2/3 of the way done, and I know that sounds like it won't be much longer of a wait, but unfortunately it's kinda the opposite. A little behind the scenes fun fact, the art assets that we use belong to one of 3 categories, that being portraits, backgrounds, and key images. The first 2 are pretty straightforward, but the key images are what we need when we want to have something look like this, or this, or this. Now the kicker is, because they're the most detailed art pieces of the episode, we usually can't work on them until we finish the assets for the other 2 categories. And because of the detail itself, these could take much longer depending on the piece. And unfortunately, the bulk of what we need to do left for Episode 3 is key images. But I can promise you that the art we have for this episode so far is looking fantastic. But then again, if you watched the first 2 episodes, you probably already had a good idea about that. But let's talk about the future episodes going forward. For Episode 3, we had the advantage of some of our art assets being from Episode 2, so we went into this with about 1/3 of our assets already being done. Episode 4 and 5, on the other hand, we'll have to make a lot more of from scratch, due to plot reasons. Without giving too much away, Episode 4 and 5 are going to be a 2-parter, so on one hand, the episodes will take much longer to produce because we're working on both of them at the same time. On the other, once those episodes are done, we'll also be releasing both episodes only a week or 2 apart from each other. Now, how will things look for Episode 6 onward after that? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. I know that means that could be a bit of time between release of Episode 3 and 4, but we actually have one more thing we're going to be releasing after Episode 3, that being the Pai Show board. If you're a supporter on our Patreon, you already know what this is, but for everyone else, the Pai Show board is a behind-the-scenes look on each of our episodes with me, our 2 main mods for the project, and whatever guests we happen to have with us at the time. In this case, Episode 1 will be featuring Kachi95, our main artist, as we look at Episode 1 and talk about the initial development of the series as a whole. It's currently available for our $10 patrons, but it'll be premiering publicly on YouTube shortly after Episode 3. And with that, I believe that covers everything. Thank you all so much for your continued support. When we started this project, we thought that we'd get maybe a few supporters, and by a few, we thought maybe a couple of hundred, since that's just what I was used to on my personal channel. But we never considered that we'd not only get over 6,000 subscribers, but that our first episode is also currently sitting in the 6 figures in terms of view count. That is absolutely insane to me. So, thank you all again everyone, let's make this year the year of Kyoshi. Until then, I'll see you next time.